is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. I'm sorry, guys. I am laughing. I want to play this clip before I get into this story because this has had me cracking up all afternoon, okay?
Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you swallowed up? Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you swallowed up? Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you swallowed up? Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was...
I can't play anymore. But that was tdjakes. Listen, I had to play that clip. Listen, I don't know what he was preaching about, but that clip has me rolling because in light of these scandalous reports of things that are allegedly, have taken place and allegedly are taking place, just hearing him saying that and the rumors that have been out about tdjakes and stuff like that, it's just wow. So this story comes from the Jasmine brand, and it says tdjakes trends on social media as unconfirmed TikTok reports rumors about mega preacher and Diddy's parties, plus Cassie allegedly provides new evidence to the feds. So the story is, it looks like Diddy may not be the only one in the headlines. According to an unconfirmed viral TikTok report, Bishop tdjakes is at the pulpit of a slew of heinous acts in a possibly incriminating email that has broken the internet. If you didn't know, TikTok recently erupted with chaos when a user brought attention to a new rumor surfacing amid songstress Cassie's explosive lawsuit against her former partner, music mogul Diddy. And I don't like to call him, in light of all of the things that have come out, her former partner or the relationship or her former boyfriend. She was pretty much his sex slave. Let's just call it what it is. She was his sex slave. Unwillingly. That woman did not want to be involved in that stuff. I don't believe that was a relationship. So I really wish people would stop calling it that. But anyway, the story continues. As previously reported, last month, Cassie sued Diddy for alleged sex trafficking and abuse, among other things, throughout her over a decade-long relationship. Although they've since settled amicably, quote unquote, more groundbreaking information continues to hit the headlines. The latest claim seemingly originated from popular blogger Tough News TV, and I have been subscribed to his podcast for several years now, so I actually do listen to a lot of his content on YouTube. In a nearly 40-minute video, the commentator said that he received an alleged tip from an unknown individual who cited that Cassie had turned in Diddy's ex/children's mother, Kim Porter's burner phone to the police. Allegedly, along with the device and a USB, Cassie provided exclusive video/audio recordings of Diddy's supposed sex parties, where he has hosted several powerful people in the industry over the years. The evidence was said to have been given to aid in her case against the Bad Boys Records founder. The insider's recent email to Tough News TV read, Cassie has turned over substantial amounts of evidence to the feds. I'm told that after Cassie had a long conversation with someone confidential and her lawyers, she finally was convinced to give up the videotapes and audio recordings that contain footage of sex parties and other private gatherings that features some pretty powerful and prominent people. And get this, she even gave up a burner phone and USBs that belonged to Kim Porter with incriminating evidence against Diddy. They continued later in the message mentioning Bishop T.D. Jakes' alleged connection to Diddy's sinister operations. The email continues, I'm also told that multiple male escorts corroborated the fact that T.D. Jakes has slept with multiple men at Diddy's parties and abroad, and they refer to him as being a power bottom.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing?
Okay. It's also been said that a young male has acquired a lawyer to represent him as he is set to sue Jakes for an incident that took place when he was just 16 years old. According to the email, the victim stated that he was allegedly forced to perform fellatio on the bishop, but the incident never saw the light of day because his parents were granted hush money. The family of the unnamed male eventually left the megachurch, the Potter's House, in 2015. If you've been following Jakes and Diddy for a while, then you know that the two men have been linked for quite some time now. As of now, everything is hearsay, but Diddy's empire is certainly under attack from all directions. Now, I don't know if any of this is true. It's really a lot, but I definitely will say that if it is true, it would not be surprising to me.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing?
Okay. Listen, we will see what continues to come of this, but what I will say, based on the information that I shared previously, and I even shared a clip of this woman who says she is a prophet. She came out and she said some things, and this was prior to all of these things that just started coming out about Jakes and Diddy and the connection and affiliation, about some things that she said that God shared with her about T.D. Jakes and how his empire is going to begin to crumble and he's going to be exposed and God is not pleased with him. Listen, you may have heard some things that T.D. Jakes has said that have inspired you. You may even be a member of his church or whatever. Do what you do. I'm not here to stop anyone from listening to whoever they want to listen to. But what I will say is, I don't know if these things are true, but if they are, I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked. Because I'm one of those people that really do believe that there are good people in the, I guess you could call it, I don't even want to call it the industry. I believe that there are good people who are in the life of living for the Lord and worshiping him and serving him and teaching the word of God and really wanting to see a difference in people's lives. But I tend to be of the belief that a lot of those people don't get the recognition. Nobody really, I don't want to say nobody, a lot of people don't really know who they are. And those are usually people that do not draw the crowds because a lot of the things that they're teaching and preaching are not popular. And the Bible does talk about in a certain time in life, there are going to be people who are going to have itching ears and they're only going to be seeking things that are going to feel good to them versus hearing things that may not feel good, may not even look good, but it is for your good. And so those tend to be the people that don't really have a whole lot of people going to their church. They're not friends with Oprah and Gayle King and Tyler Perry. They don't have Tyler Perry coming into their church on the back street in the hood where they may only have 20 members of the church. Tyler Perry isn't walking up into their church and laying hands on that person and giving them $1 million because it's not popular, right? So I'm just saying all of this to say, if it is true and these things are revealed, don't be shocked by it. And if it isn't, listen, I hope his name gets cleared. But I will say that there is a lot of scandal when it comes to the Jakes family and name and their proverbial empire. Well, actually, it's a literal empire. It really is. And yeah, people can grow and learn from their past decisions and all of those different things like that. But the Jakes name has a stench on it to me, especially when it comes to authenticity and truth. Because when Michelle Loud came out and exposed how her son was taken by spiritual manipulation by Cora Jakes, TD Jakes' daughter, and now Cora Jakes is divorced from this man that allegedly was touching their other adopted child. And in my personal opinion, just being beautifully honest, my personal opinion is I feel like that guy knew too much. He was probably going to expose some things, and he was probably cheating on Cora and whatever. So instead of just letting them go their separate ways, get divorced and move on, you destroy the man's life and you get him put in prison for 20 to 40 years. Because that would look better. Not that it looks good to say that this woman was married to a man that may have been a pedo, if you get my drift. But it would make her feel better if this man is in prison and you can say you didn't really know the type of man that he was, and you didn't know that he was doing these things, versus just allowing him to leave you if he was cheating on you and you found out and you don't want to let him cheat in peace or be with you anymore or whatever. It's just, and this woman has been crying loud and sparing not the Jakes family, and how they've all been complicit in how her child was taken by spiritual manipulation, and none of them have come out and spoken about it. Not one word. And I believe her. I do not have any reason to believe that this woman is slandering their name, defaming them. And if she was, why haven't they sued her? Some may say, oh, well, she ain't got nothing. They got it all, so why would they go after her and sue her? People do it. It may not be right, but a lot of people do it to shut people up. So if she was lying, why haven't they come out and said anything at all, let alone, saying anything or filing a lawsuit against her for defamation? I don't know. So again, I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised one bit if the allegations that are out there with regards to the good bishop and brother love are real, but we shall see. So guys, I just wanted to share that. I wanted to get your thoughts. And yeah, I want to ask you.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallow?
I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. I had to play that again. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Thank you so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.